knock, open up the door.
It's Will!
So, Batman and the Killing Joke is the long-awaited, really anticipated DC animated feature that just came out to theaters on a limited release through Fathom Events. And how does it stack up to the other DC animated features? I'll let you know. So, first off, right off the bat, the one positive I can give this movie, above all else, is that it was a pretty solid interpretation when it got to the Killing Joke story. And we had an awesome voice cast. If you watched the animated series, if you watched any recent animated features that had the original voice cast come back. We got Kevin Conroy, we got Tara Strong as Batgirl, Joker played wonderfully by Mark Hamill, and it was just a really overall decent time in this movie. They did have to add some extra padding here in the first half hour where Batgirl's fighting this obsessed guy, Paris France. Yes, that's his name. It's a Batman villain. Of course he's going to have a weird name like that. But he's really obsessed with Batgirl, and it's supposed to parallel Batman and Joker's relationship with Batgirl and this Paris guy. But anyway, after some weirdness that happens in there, we actually get to the Killing Joke. Like, you can even tell, like, there's like a little moment in there where they transition, they fade, and they come back. It's like, oh, hey, the Killing Joke's starting now. That was like your little intro. But anyway, they do some shot-for-shot awesome recreations of the panels. I mean, Bruce Timm and the whole crew over there at DC are really good at this. Like, they did it wonderfully with The Dark Knight Returns. I mean, they did it so well, they had to split that up into 2 movies. Even Superman Doomsday, when they actually did the Superman and Doomsday fight, like, there's some awesome moments that are taken right from the comic in there. So these guys know what they're doing. And I also noticed during the credits, there was a lot of, like, Asian artists in there, which obviously maybe some of them were anime inspired, but like when they did some of the panels that were recreations, they looked really anime inspired. They looked like some terrifying stuff I would see on Adult Swim. I'm like, oh my god, like that's holy shit. Oh my god, like there were some pretty freaky, scary moments, but it's a great movie. I don't want to spoil it too much. I know I haven't really talked about it, but the main story is that Joker is telling his origins from his point of view, and the Joker isn't really a reliable narrator. As we saw in The Dark Knight and other interpretations, he has different interpretations of how he came to be, and even this one might not be trusted. And with even DC's Rebirth right now, there are 3 Jokers running around. Any one of those origins could be true. You just don't know. And this story, even though it's a one-off, is a great story. Mark Hamill even plays like this Joker, this guy that is pre-Joker, wonderfully. The art, in my opinion, looks good. Some of the cars they have are like obviously 3D models, and some of them don't really go well with some of the 2D backgrounds they got, or some of the characters look like almost evolved versions of the versions they had from the animated series. Like if the animated series pulled a Simpsons and went as long as The Simpsons, I feel like this is what the characters would have eventually evolved into, but they didn't, and we got this little short now. But it's pretty solid, and the ending is left quite ambiguous. That's about all I can really say without spoiling it. So I will tackle some spoilers and some weirdness starting now. Spoilers. There's going to be spoilers. There's Stephanie Brown. She's a spoiler. She's Batgirl. And here we go. During the Batgirl like year 1 story, or like just like a little half hour, like there's like a little intro that parallels the Killing Joke. Batgirl and Batman have sex. That I don't know. I just think that's a little bit weird. That a lot of people have talked about this. That it's really controversial. It's really weird because Batman, even though Jim Gordon is Barbara Gordon's dad, Batman's almost like a pseudo father figure to her, and that he even let this happen is crazy. Like there's a moment like where she's like making out with him because she's like really frustrated with him and whatnot. But after that moment, Bruce should be like, "Oh, like no, like I'm old enough to be your father." No, he embraces it. They don't really show it, but like it's heavily implied, and she even says like, "Blah blah blah. We just had sex. It doesn't mean anything." I'm just going like, "Whoa, that's insane." So I don't know. That was weird to me. If you guys enjoyed that, good for you. But as a longtime Batman fan, or as a longtime comic fan, and just like someone who appreciates Batman, I feel like that really complicated their relationship and honestly didn't really need to be there. Like they could, like I said, I just told you how to fix it. She could have kissed her, and Batman could just push off, going, "No, like I'm old enough to be your father," something like that sort. Like I feel like that could have fixed that instantly, and I don't know, it just didn't need to be there. And next, the ending. I've talked to some people who have not read The Killing Joke, and they said, "Oh, I don't like that ending, blah, blah, blah." it's supposed to be ambiguous because Joker's trying to prove that he can make a sane man insane, starting with Jim Gordon. Like, he paralyzes Barbara. The story's also notable for making Barbara Gordon Oracle. But he paralyzes Barbara, takes like pictures of her like naked, and like does all kinds of weird shit to traumatize Jim Gordon, and like he looks like he's lost it throughout this movie. I'm going, oh crap! Like I think if that happened to my daughter, if I had one, I would go insane. But he's like trying to show Batman, just like, hey, like you're just one bad day away from being me, sort of like the Dark Knight. But at the end of this movie, he tells this joke to Batman before he's getting ready to be taken in, and Batman actually laughs, and the camera like. Not the camera, the animation like pulls down as if the camera's being pulled away, and you hear Batman laughing, like he's actually laughing to the Joker. And see, it's left to be ambiguous. Either like Batman just kind of loses it for a minute and laughs at the Joker before he takes him in, or there's a popular theory that Batman loses it and fucking kills the Joker for this, because some of the stuff he did was like unforgivable and nuts, and would have proved Joker's point and that he would have lost. But yeah, those are the two interpretations. There's many more, I think, but those are the two popular ones, at least I've heard. Regardless, I enjoyed the movie. It's nowhere near perfect, but it was a pretty good interpretation when we got to the Killing Joke. The rating, I'd give it a 3.75 out of 5. I'm still going to buy it on Blu-ray because I'm a huge DC fan. I mean, I bought Batman vs. Superman, and I didn't really like the movie that much. Isn't that nuts? But fandom has blinded me. It's crazy. That's about it from me, guys. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. Show me some love over here on the YouTube channel. And I believe I just started my Facebook fan page and a Twitter fan page, so if you want to follow those as well, that'd be awesome, trying to spread and grow the channel a little bit. And as always, guys, when there's a will, there's a way. Thanks for watching.